So you may have seen my post the other day that was referencing disconnecting to reconnect. So a lot of times it's easy to think about disconnecting like, you stop checking your phone, you go off social media, you stop watching TV, and that type of disconnection, right? And then we take a break and then we reconnect again. And oftentimes when we do that, we feel different about how we're interacting. We're more mindful of how often we're on our phones, we're more mindful of how we're using social media, we're mindful of the types of shows that we're watching potentially. And that is one way to disconnect to reconnect. But what I'm really focusing on is actually within relationships, within interactions. And it's easy not to see disconnection as a way for connection in those moments because it's very easy for us to get inside our heads and talk to ourselves a lot about the problems and the issues and the reason why things aren't the way you want them to be, and we get into assumption and we get into exaggeration and we really start to see the situation in a way that isn't truthful, right? So it's really to see disconnection as your opportunity to connect, right? So when you are in those moments where you are feeling isolated, alone, or potentially, with a partner, with family members, where you feel misunderstood, these are your moments. These are your moments to actually reconnect, to reach out, to start asking questions, to potentially engage them, to connect with you again, to share what's going on with you in a way that's non-threatening, but to open up discussion. So the next time you feel disconnected, instead of it being something that's going to weigh you down and change the way that you're interacting, try to see it as a way to reconnect. So how can you talk to the person? How can you engage? What types of questions can you ask? What types of information can you share? How can you restart, right? How can you begin again there? So that's really what I mean when I'm saying disconnect to reconnect within conversation. All right, talk with you soon.